Hi everyone. Today I want to talk to you about the 3 languages of leadership. Now, this is beyond what your personality style is. This is beyond introvert, extrovert. It's beyond whether you're a thinker or a feeler, whether you're a talker or a listener. This is beyond that. And I run into this very, very often in the organizational teams and executives that I coach. So I wanted to bring it to you because it seems to be a constant challenge, and I think it's time that we just out it. So the 3 languages of leadership that I'm talking about are, at the top, not by importance, would be vision. Okay, so think of the top of a triangle. Visionary is at the top. Strategic is in the middle, and tactical, it would be the lowest, the widest level at the bottom. Now, ultimately, in any organization, of course, the organization has all 3. There are people who are visionary, there are people who are strategic, generally seen as more middle managers, and then there's people who are tactical. Those are your frontline staff. Those are the people carrying out the day-to-day, the execution of the plan. The irony is that leaders themselves come in these 3 languages, and it can be very challenging for entrepreneurial, lean, smaller teams to handle this. The visionary leader, they are very conceptual, highly intuitive, and they often operate at the edge where there is very little specific data or information available. So they make gut decisions based on big picture concepts, okay? Now, I've heard this described as the bird form of leadership because they fly in the room and put it all out there and leave. And what they've put out there is, again, very conceptual, highly intuitive, lacks a lot of detailed tactical information, even some strategy. The remaining staff sit there going, they don't even know what just hit them, but they feel like they've been kind of pooped on. And they don't understand. It's like someone came in and just yelled Russian at them and left. And they're looking around wondering, what the heck? The visionary leader is fantastic. We need visionary leaders. The problem is in translation. How does the staff translate that vision into something? The second kind, as I mentioned, is a strategic leader. Now, strategic leaders are generally, I call the translators. They hold the kite, sort of the string of that vision, the very big picture, helium balloon before it flies off, the vision. And then they're also holding on to the ground level, the staff daily and carrying out. Strategic leaders generally do very well with the translation of the message because they clearly can see a vision, but they aren't as conceptual, so they can translate it both to visionary people in their organization, whom are perhaps not at a top leadership role, and they can also translate really well down to the execution, the tactical day-to-day level. Then there are tactical people. Now, generally speaking, the top people in a company are not highly tactical. However, I have run into this where the CEO of a company is very tactical, and this is where the micromanagement comes in. They're not intentionally trying to micromanage, but their skill, their greatest skill, is actually in the execution of a plan, in the day-to-day, in the doing. And all the other staff say, "Well, when are you just going to get out of the way so that I can do what I need to do, because you're in my way and you're the CEO and you shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff." So I run into this all the time. And what I need you to understand is that there is no right or wrong way to do the 3 levels, but it's crucial that you understand that no one level is better than the other, and they actually can't operate without each other. So a strategic person more easily speaks to a visionary. They can translate both directions. Okay? A visionary leader trying to talk to very tactical staff, it is lost. It is absolutely lost. What ends up happening is we lose very high-level, talented staff because they have a very difficult time feeling an emotional buy-in or a level of engagement to what that visionary is trying to express. And because it's lost in translation, we lose a lot of staff and have a high level of turnover, and they were actually the right people for the job. So it's really important to have a translator. Have a strategic level person, someone who flies at 5,000 feet and can look up and down really well. Maybe they're not in your leadership team, but have that person in your staff. And of course, your team is not going to go anywhere unless you have very effective and efficient tactical execution people, the people who get the plan going and actually carry it out. Now, again, those can all be 3 languages of leadership, but we need to understand none of them are better. You have to usually have all 3, and we've got to understand they speak different languages. And we need to be patient with that and understand it so that we can work through it and actually leverage all of them to go the furthest and the fastest possible. 3 languages of leadership, and you need them all.